a strange life form, known as man, in suit, with gun. These are the files. A supplementary session we're in, maybe, exactly one mission. I have reasonable confidence that that team, with that gear, could, with moderate save scumming, defeat that scout ship. I may as well let them. They're also close enough to home that I could, like, recall them, re-equip them, and send them out. But I think even with the gear I threw them in with eventually, they have a chance. So we have the scout drone with its 6 door breakers, which can, very seriously bust up someone's shins. And perhaps more importantly, with its smoke and its thermal cameras. If Dog can get into contact with anyone, it can rip and tear, as needed. For most of the mission, Dog will be just in the back, in reserve. You have 1 leather jacket. You have 3 exosuits. Units with adequate stats. 50s, 60s, fodder, Smash McDouble. With the 81 accuracy, standout member of this team, squad leader. Alright, like to break down in layers. The sensible thing to do, that one could call a victory, would be to just take out that one isolated suit, grab his laser pistol, and run. The medium victory would be to fight the rest of the team that is willing to get out of the ship on their own, and steal their shit, and then run. And then the stretch goal is to actually force the issue of storming the ship. Maybe even bringing home a live one in the process. The thing I adore here, that truly is the most that these are the files. You take the Mosin. That this skirmish with the MIB is more dangerous than the UFO encounter we had earlier in the previous session. And I'll have it noted aloud that were I adjusting the soundtrack without the constraints of copyright bots, the move for me would absolutely be to take the title tracks of various Men in Black films and make them encounter music for the MIB. So, there's step 1. The Mosin is our highest damage object. Well, second to the taser cannon, actually, in terms of raw damage output. Shock prod, also able to hit big if we get close. I mean unknown oh, we haven't examined a SOCOM yet. That's illegal equipment. That's not supposed to be on the ship. Get that in an evidence bag. big thing here being that because they have good body armor, buckshot is mostly useless against them. Extremely high volume of buckshot, such as the auto shotgun, can kind of add up. Empty this shotgun. Slugs in it. It's the only set of slugs we brought, though, so... Those must be used sparingly. So otherwise, yeah, the hunting rifle, the SKS, and the AK all hit reasonably hard. Yeah, my assault rifles should be usable. The M14 is another scaling bonus weapon. Yeah, my inclination in normal campaigns is to have the one central dropship that just kind of has everything crammed into it. So the fact this team is even traveling this light is out of the ordinary for me. This loadout is otherwise because this team was preparing for a wildlife encounter. And is now instead faced with a wildlife encounter. So, Foster, you take the shotgun, maybe? Or I could accept that, at least for Phase 1, I'm going to be engaging from maximum distance. So, you take the scoped hunting rifle. As second best shooter here, Mully takes the M14. And then Gaffer takes the SKS. And then, especially once the enemy assault troops get out here, I need to stop holding back. Fire isn't terribly effective against them. The MIB are very psychologically hardened as opponents. My throwables want to be explosives. And of course, the initial round of trace flares for illumination. I'll only need a small number of total flares because it's an open field. Once I reach the ship, everything will be in sight range anyway. Everyone has a flare to throw. Everyone has a long-range primary weapon. With some ammunition to throw around. The helicopter is the only piece of hard cover I have to work with. So after an initial long-range spread with the rifles, then the medium-range options of the machine gun, the assault rifles. The SMGs are probably just going to sit this one out entirely. Not enough raw firepower for what we're doing here. They're very economical when you are dealing with large numbers of soft targets. And enough of the MIB have good infrared vision. Guys in the suits. That's too heavy. Med bag almost light enough. Most of the med stuff is probably just going to stay on the floor. Value of having time units ready to throw around. has been well demonstrated during this run. Instead of having armor to endure hits, you should avoid being hit by avoiding being seen. In order to not be seen, first, do not stand up. So everyone gets a stick of TNT, everyone gets a grenade. That unlicensed flying object hull is worth so much that I should discharge everything and anything for the chance to claim it. That's about how it does for a starter loadout. If anyone has especially much carry weight left over, yeah, you can have the med bag on you. Advance. Yeah, otherwise, kinda time to wing it. So, here we are. Everybody. Good start. So, minimum objectives met. Get lights out across the... Okay, they also have their own, like, external lights there. Hanging out of their ship. Yeah, they got the glow of whatever those pads are. And so, otherwise, everybody wants to make a run for the opposite side of the map. For the throw. No? Alright, diligence, just to be sure that there's not some kind of additional suit man hiding in the bushes. You can still do their patrol routine. And Bada can run over here and bark at any shadows. So, general size of map here I've got 2 brick of space to work with there. Much more raw distance to work with if I had to cross that field. Both deployed on the same side. calculating. Hidden movement underway. So, conservation of valuable time units here. Bada can look at the ship. There's currently no one in the lit portion of the area around the ship. You. Drive over here. Suppose I have the team stand on that hill? Height doesn't offer any intrinsic advantages. The implied ones of better shot geometry. And having a hill to hide behind. This is the bio-exosuit, a thing you normally overlook because it's not too great compared to things one could buy over the counter. It's the first craftable armor. It's good against cut. Against cut and fire. It's the tier 2, tier 1, with the buyable hazmat suit being tier 0. Of your anti-strange substance armor. Dog jog forward. That's good. The dog is able to detect if there were anyone hiding inside of this gap. This range band between the lights. The team. Yeah, Sabata can like scoot over there, verify that the corner is clean. Then perhaps the shooting gallery open. Somehow they do not have line of sight. This is like, what, outside of your like maximum hypothetical range? Have I gone too far for even your daylight vision? Or perhaps more importantly, does that matter? Do I just take the accuracy penalty for lack of direct sight? Yeah. You take those. The shots into the head of Laser Man with his laser rifle? Wielder of the square laser? Flops SMG. We'll have to go very far to be dangerous to me. The hard work of adding injury to the insults. Get Bada back over to that flank. their bullshit supervision. They have the sports vision that lets them see sports. Lops LMG. Suit. Additional man with suit carrying spy pistol? In fact, that one is already bleeding. For the heavily armored ones, I should be trying to spread the wrath around. Whatever weapon can score a penetrating hit on them, ought to try to do so. If only my dog had pockets. I could send it to retrieve snacks. Few has worse thermal vision than the MIB. That's just terrible. I hate to see it. Okay, those two have lost track of me. Or have they? Distance is my armor. Alright, we'll smash bleed out of that gunshot wound immediately. Yes. Okay. Some battle data acquired. Rolling it back. New plan, fight them from over here. I cannot get far enough away to fully break contact with them in terms of vision. I should at least stay within prime shooting range instead. And there's some rocks over here. Rocks are useful. I'd love to have the tactical advantages of rocks. We lure them into the abandoned quarry. Yeah, the grenades and the TNT are my ace in the hole here. Stick of dynamite will still pulp the organs of one of these men. No matter how fancy his pants. Trick is getting into dynamite throwing range. Our martial experts at Bruce have not yet published that manual. Dynamite is designed to shatter stone. And stone is, in many ways, of the strongest metals. We could only make armor out of dirt. And the organization would be unstoppable. Dynamite defeated the Red Skull Gang. Yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. They're here. Opposition in shooting range. None of them have gone the other way yet. I think they just have psi vision awareness of where we are. Either a member of their team or a feature of their ship. It's providing that. Drawn blood. Can we draw sweat? Can we draw tears? Alright, Laser Man is down. And there is not yet any sighting. Demo Man. Where are the other suits? There's Demo Man. wildly out of range of being door broken. Get a shot into the side. That would do well. Suit man over there sees all and knows all. Or can't I even throw it? Far enough. Direct hit. That will direct 50 concussive directly into Hegrundle. Official term of engagement of the organization. Can I get close enough for a real door breaker shot? Not particularly. Not unless I manage to use some terrain to kind of sneak up on him. Like if he does not see around that tree. Auto remains on watch. Should not be left exposed. Alright, there's the other operator. So, did you get closer? That's a blob sniper? Maybe even auto sniper. There you are. Heavily bleeding. Running away. Already rolled too far to double tap. You. Proof. You are Earth's finest. Champion. Powerful human warrior. Reap. Let's see if he gets to keep that. Alright, hit, but it plinked off. At least the suits are very easy to ablate off of this crew. Okay, you have one reload of the Mosin. Then you will want to make your way back to the helicopter for another gun. There's just barely a straight shot against you. This line. Okay, just verify gap is clear. Infused with human DNA. We have a foothold. The deadliest things are yet to come. The interior of the ship, many strong men. The blob sniper is still there. One of the pilots, with his mass driver pistol, is disembarked. You need to leave. You're going to drive very far away from those men. Might be time for a second grenade. I can put that on. Not quite. What is your range limit? It's probably derived from a stat. Like strength. Alright, good enough. And is reloaded. Okay, that's you seeing both of them. Seeing the one of them that's more fun. Yeah, it'll shake him up, it'll make him bleed, it'll throw up a little bit of smoke in his vicinity. Better take that wild shot. Gaffer lives. And the only active medkit is on. Smash. That destroyed my flare. Tragic loss of a glow stick. That's quite bad for cutting us off from good vision of that little corner area there. Bandage is exactly good enough to treat that wound. Throw it on the ground. Molly will go for another flare. Move out of this position. Get closer to the supply heap. Thought I can stay here and watch these shadows. Not bleeding. Okay, that's a good ways off. That's not gonna do much to him. Carry Master Armor pistols. They're wearing the equivalent of like the reinforced Durathread coat. Maybe even of the full, like, the tactical Tritanium suit. They're quite capable. Fresh light. That way. Pilot might have wandered off. Strengthen the smoke. Q pulls back. Pilot went the other way around. We have sniper. Oh, there's two of them. Both pilots exited the ship? Or they might have a third pilot? What's dynamite range? Probably dynamically determined by like a combination of weight and strength. That might do some work. Good work, McDouble. Alright, good. We draw blood. We gain Brozuf. I wonder if there's anything here tall enough for the dog to hide behind. Dynamite! Three nitros! Lion is currently behind the couch. So I took out the operator. Did it get anyone else? I think that's that's this pilot with a dynamite wound. Other pilot still be over here somewhere. Is he backed off or immediately collapsed? Or might still be in that smoke. Or maybe I got to him. Still have your grenade. Just enough time to conduct baseball. Finish getting up behind the helicopter again. Still prefer to have seen two bodies here. Another one down. People are typing. I did not blow up a second flare. Gamble here will be to get the dog up into contact with the hull. Do a quick sniff. 3 signatures inside. Yeah, it might be time to pivot to assault mode. This has an auto fire, so it should be good to go. I have a melee weapon to draw. And have all my first aid kits available. Pile up at the ship. Ozen dropped off. And the hunting rifle. Form an orderly line and acquire your new equipment. The SKS has the bayonet. It's ready to get in the trenches. Gaff will give him what for. And the flashbangs. Flashbangs are known to be useful here. That kid may end up dropped on the ground. Some kind of reserve area. How do you do, Mass Driver? How bite-proof are your flight suits? They're quite tough. Made of some kind of material. It's plausible I will have to roll back this turn. Supposing I don't, other weapons I want to bring on the assault. Feeling the machine gun. Though, actually, raw properties of the bullets. The Thompson gun. No, Thompson gun armor applies better against it. The gun of Thomas was not built for this situation. The gun of the son of Thomas. Whereas the machine gun very much is. Yeah, take the PKM. And a flashbang. Gave you the Thompson anyway. Well, someone else will take the PKM. You're full up on weight with that, so start moving. The SKS does have a bayonet, so the other thing you would be grabbing is 16 weight of something. Something that fits on a belt. Remaining medkit move forward a bit. All these inventory mistakes might get rolled back the moment this guy insists on kicking our dog, or vaporizing our dog with some kind of mass driver slug, or he's afraid. Dog bites, man. Door is that tile right there. Dog is now locking down the enemy position. One in the engine room, one in the corridor, two toward the front. Doors are made to be broken. Okay, now everyone doesn't need to be sprinting. They should be saving their energy. Start walking. Orc. Doors are made to be broken. We have neutralized their Wilhelm. Leap. Yeah, the raw alpha damage on the door breaker getting its chance to shine there. No other special properties, just a reasonably large bullet. Three contacts, still. Let's get you back here. My concern being the case with they open the door, see something, and fire from the position they're standing in.
Beep.
Meaning they get the shot off before Bada can react. Fast Driver might be powerful enough to completely vaporize Hugh on contact. Don't know the exact numbers for how Overkill works on that front. Wait patiently for the team to arrive. We have questions. You can't park here. Not at this hour. Not in this size of vehicle. Your vehicle will be towed. Your lives may be forfeit. It's one of them, like, right behind the door. Just let the dog nudge the door open. There's a guy in the engine room and a separated guy on the flight deck. Oh, Professor! What a marvelous machine you have! You'd best not have been planning to scuttle the ship without paying your parking tickets. Football has been neutralized. You just got sacked. On the flight deck could come over here and annihilate any one of our troops. If they are not glued to the floor. Which is normally MIB procedure. Dangerous. So a lot of guys who weren't moving around, I suppose. Evading detection by dog, which is normally so reliable. This guy's just a suit. Blop sniper. See through whatever that bomb was that did not quite accomplish its goals and almost got us. We got blood everywhere. Case closed. Both pilots abandoned their posts to meet us in the field. Trade one casualty, one exosuit. And one brave, noble glow stick full of space juice. 500 rating points. Oh, there's even a survivor. Someone can go in the booth for questioning. 100 Illyrium? In this economy? And they got superconductors? The whole UFO core? You learned so much about shooting. Good job, you. Otto learned so much about biting. And let's go over the loot here. 2 smart pistols with titanium bullets. 2 mass driver pistols. 1 laser pistol. 2 Blops SMGs. 2 Blops auto snipers. 1 long mass driver. 1 laser sniper. 1 Blops LMG. 1 blaster launcher. It launches the blasts. That guy was ready to start blasting at any time. Multi-ball. Multi-ball? Multi-ball. Possibilities. One of our team might have survived a plasma grenade just now. 2 of our teams survived plasma grenades just now. Alien radios. Bunch of alloy. Superconductors are very important. Crafting material to keep around. Core is probably worth selling. 4 boxes of titanium ammo. I might be allowed to peel the armor off of these corpses. And 1 enforcer survived. Hear about the MIB Mud Ranger program. No one escapes from the Mud Ranger. Yeah, they're very expensive to interrogate. Very disciplined. That might have been one of the dead scientists that I have. Yeah, there were 2 lab coat gas mask soldiers. Potentially valuable, but also 100-day interrogation is wildly expensive right now. MIB are Year 2 opponents. Year 2's primary antagonists are the MIB and the Syndicate. After you've defeated the 4 basic cults. Apocalypse is also there. So much money. 4 wads of bills alongside all of that. Not buying. Look at that medkit got destroyed or failed to, like, make a saving throw for itself. It might have been annihilated with the person it was on. You buy the scout drone. We're about to unlock the healing goop that'll provide our renewable supply of health up. Just drink a tube of gunk. As requested in their application form, they have been fed into the machine to produce results. Well done. Smash McDouble. Arbitrary number 0. Solid owl. One hour, 1 mission. Those were the files.